what are you feeling like? It's starting to get warmer out here, you know, starting to summery.
Our house had the biggest patio. Our house had all the summer shade. Patio lanterns. I'd spend half the night making lemonade, which we drank a lot, 'cause we were all so shy and nervous. Who was gonna be, who would be the first to dance? Who was gonna be, who would be the first to kiss under this patio lantern? Those patio lanterns, they were the stars in the sky. Those patio lanterns lighting up our lives. Those patio lanterns, they were the stars in the sky. Those patio lanterns lighting up our lives. Oh, those patio lanterns. Stuck on joy, that was her name. Didn't talk much, she was a nervous girl, her best phone. We stuck together like glue on glue, danced to an old song by me Benton's Blue on Blue. Heartache on heartache. Gonna be, who would be the first to dance? Who was gonna be, who would be the first to kiss under those patio lanterns? Those patio lanterns, they were the stars in the sky. Those patio lanterns lighting up our lives. Those patio lanterns, they were the stars in the sky. Those patio lanterns lighting up our lives. Oh, those patio lanterns.
Nice. 104, and yeah, that is Kim Mitchell. The sun is shining. We got Kim Mitchell in town. I've got a nice temperature, patio lanterns.
It's beautiful outside. I can't remember when I've been to Halifax. It's been such an amazing day out there.
Yeah,
great.
Absolutely gorgeous. Got a show at the Fleet Club tonight. Doors open at 7. Imagine you'll be getting on around 8 or so. We'll get down there nice and early. Once again, 721-8350 for more information. Now, you're still doing the radio gig at Q107 in Toronto, right downtown?
Yeah, actually, I wanted to do just a little radio show, just as something to do. I was kind of branching. I was going to do a little radio show, a couple hours on a Sunday night. And they phoned me up a few months later and went, would you like a full-time job? I never had a full-time job, ever. I'd always been a rock guitar player, and so my initial response was, does this mean I have to come in every day? So
yeah.
He said, well, yeah, that's exactly what I said. Yeah, as a matter of fact, you do. So, but it's great. You know, downtown Toronto, right downtown Toronto, in a little glass booth in the Hard Rock Cafe, tens of thousands of people walking by every day. I dignamed at the corner of Mental and Illness, and I just sit down there and spin rock records and make gas money, and it's just great. It keeps me off the street. So I'm really
gas money, yeah, that's pretty much yeah.
That's about it, isn't it?
Price being what it is these days, yeah. Just before we went on the air, we were talking about all the shows that we've had here recently. Bob Dylan played last week at the, and you have a Bob Dylan story.
I do have a Bob Dylan story. I've been lucky that I've met a ton of people in my musical career, and I had a bit of a run-in with Bob Dylan, actually.
Ouch.
Down in Memphis, Tennessee. I was mixing an album of mine called Itch, and in the other studio, all of a sudden, the security people are coming in, and things are setting up, and guys stand outside the studio, and I'm going, what the heck's going on down there? So I wanted to go down to the TV lounge just to take a break, give my ears a break. I'm going down there, and a guy stops me. He goes, "You can't go down there." And I said, "Why?" He says, "Bob Dylan's recording in here." And I went, "Well, I don't want to meet him. I just want to go I'm mixing a record. I just want to go watch TV." He says, "Well, you can't go by the studio." I said, "Well, I'm not going to go by the studio. I'm just walking down the hall here." "Sorry, you can't do it." So eventually I went back into the studio, and I called the studio manager and said, "Look, I'm spending good Canadian money here. You know, I'm mixing a record. I want to just go watch some TV for 15, 20 minutes, give my ears a break." So they cleared it up. So I went down there. So in the morning, the guy who was mixing my record went in to the studio. He had the keys to the studio, and he took Bob Dylan's microphone and rubbed himself all over the microphone and put it back on the stand. I didn't do it, but he did. So.
What year was this? What year was that?
In the 90s somewhere.
90s somewhere.
It's all hazy times back there. That's kind of my run-in with Bob Dylan. Never got to meet him.
Yeah, well, I don't know if he's listening today or not. Something tells me he's not. But it's going to be, you're in Patio Lanterns like that, and the different little arrangements. It's going to be fun, kind of using the different arrangements and songs like this, like having an older song like that, and just playing around with it. And
you do. Cool. You've hit the nail on the head. You can. There's two ways of thinking. Some nights you want to get up there and you want to play it as writ, as people would expect it. But this song's been around for so long now that I just think it's nice to morph it and twist it around a little bit. And it'll be a little bit different arrangement tonight also when we play it at the Fleet Club, because I have a band. But this acoustic thing, that's kind of how it was written, how I just played it there. I pulled over in a truck, actually, in downtown Toronto. I had an old rusted-out van with 400,000 kilometers on it. And the lyricist, Pi Dubois, said, "Hey, I have these lyrics. I don't really want to give them to you. It's kind of a song kind of about patio lanterns and stuff like that." He goes, "I don't know." And he gave me the lyrics, and I looked at him. I pulled over and basically just kind of wrote it right there on the side of the road in a van. So that's that song. Yeah, outstanding. Yeah. A song written in a truck. Who'd have thunk it?
No, it's like an anthem for Friday afternoon. A sunny Friday afternoon, Patio Lanterns, Kim Mitchell. Doesn't get a whole lot better than that. And it's going to be a big night tonight at the Fleet Club, and 721-8350, you want to get some more info. Thanks again to Noble Music Center in Enfield, Bruce, and everybody out there, www.noblemusicstudios.com, for giving us the old Git box. You don't do a lot of unplugged stuff, though, do you?
No, I'm not a campfire type Tom Cochran kind of guy. I've never been that. I always feel good with a cord hanging out of the guitar and a Marshall amp sitting behind me and smoke and dirt and chicken and dust and dirt on the sound. So. But thank you very much for having me at Q104.
No problem. Thanks for coming in, and we'll see you tonight at the Fleet Club. Thanks, man. Kim Mitchell on the Q.